Hi, I'm Topher Morrison. Thanks so much for watching this quick video. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever noticed that some speakers, when they get up on stage, can almost magically invoke emotion into their audience? Well, a lot of it's their words, but even more so, it's their physical gestures. It's what they do with their body. Today, I'm going to share with you 5 quick, simple physical positions that you can use, which when used with purpose and intention, will invoke specific emotions into your audience. This information comes to you from Virginia Satir's The New People Making. It should be said that in the book, she never says that this is for professional speaking. She's discovered these 5 physical positions in the area of interpersonal communication and relationships. However, I can tell you though, that with over 20 years experience as a professional speaker, both using and not using these techniques, they absolutely make a difference. When I discovered these things, it lit up my presentations and I can't wait to share it with you. So let's get started. The first one is what we call the leveler position. The leveler position is used to convey honesty. It's to convey believability. When you want to be congruent with your message, the leveler is the way to go. The way the leveler position works is your hands are in a downward facing position, and it's almost like they're leveling out on a table, and your shoulders are even, your hips are even, your legs aren't too far apart. You don't want that gunfighter stance. You don't want them too narrow either. You want them about hips width apart, hands coming down, toes facing forward, everything facing forward, eyebrows even, and the hands like this. This movement, will convey an emotion, if you will, of believability, about congruence and honesty. That's the first one. Now for the second one. All right, the second position is what we call the placator. Now the placator, the hands are up. Your shoulders are still even. Your hips are still even. The only difference is that your hands are up. And this is kind of in this placating mode like, please believe me. This is a great position to use if you've said something wrong and you need to apologize to the audience. Listen, we're only human, and as speakers, sometimes we say the wrong things. If you say the wrong thing, go into a placator mode, step back maybe just one step, and that's going to create a sensation of wanting forgiveness, about permission. I use this to plead to my audience. How many here are willing to do this? Would you be willing to do this? That type of a thing. And I put the hands up, I plead with my face, and it creates sort of a permissive emotion, if you will, where you're wanting to get them to participate with you, get them to forgive you, or to maybe even deliver some bad information. Sometimes the placator can work pretty good for that one. All right, let's talk about the third position. All right, the next position is what we call the blamer. Now the blamer does exactly what it says. I have a hard time keeping a straight face when I do it. It's not my favorite position. Some speakers like it a lot. And by the way, if you use blamer a lot, your audience might feel attacked. So in my opinion, be a little bit careful with it. And depending upon where you point, it's also going to create a different emotion as well. If you point right at them, it's going to create a tremendous sensation perhaps of guilt, and it could be an attack. However, if you just want to make sure that they're listening and they're paying attention, you can point above their head. If you just want to make a point, you can simply point up in the air, and that works too. These are all derivatives of the same thing, but then the emotion, if you will, that it's conveying is some aspect of blame, and if it's used too much, could create a feeling of being attacked or guilt. All right, now let's talk about the fourth one. All right, the next position is what we call the computer. Now the computer, the arms are usually crossed, either in this position or this type of a position. As you can see, it immediately creates sort of a block between you and the audience. This can be used to create a sense of cerebral process. Anytime you want somebody to think about something, think about it like a computer. It's logical, so this conveys a lot of logic as well. Anytime you're being attacked by the audience and you need to find a safe spot, usually the first thing I do is I go into computer mode because it puts up a barrier of safety, if you will, to where I don't take things as personally. Somebody's attacking me from the audience. I don't want to go into placator mode right away. I'm going to evaluate the information in computer and then at that point in time decide where I want to go with it. Do I want to attack back with the blamer, or do I want to stay non-emotional and go logical? Or do I want to get into a placator mode? If I've done something wrong, I'm probably going to go placator. If they've misinterpreted me, I'm probably going to go more computer. And if they're being disrespectful, I'll probably be more blamer. But this emotion here is going to be creating an emotion of logic, an emotion of reason, common sense, and it's just a great one to kind of make it neutral, if you will. All right, now on to the fifth and final posture. All right, the fifth and the final position is what we call the distractor. And the distractor is used to convey humor. I mean, think about it. If you're trying to tell a joke and you level the playing field, nobody's going to laugh. If you try telling a joke from the computer, it's not going to seem that funny. If you do it from blamer mode, they might understand what's going on. But if you go into a distractor where your arms are asymmetrical, your head's asymmetrical, your hips are asymmetrical, everything is non-level, it's going to create a much more feeling of fun and playfulness. Now, be careful with all of these, by the way. If you use any of them too much, it gets a little overwhelming. So the question that you might have is, well, what do you do in between? That's a great conversation, and it's up for another video. And by the way, if you're interested, we also offer at Topher Morrison Incorporated a program called Legacy Certification. And it is a professional speaking course like none other. If you're interested in checking it out, you can look at the website on the screen and go there and see what we have to offer. At that course, we don't just talk about these 5 positions, but we talk about how you can combine them to convey other emotions. We talk about how you can convey all of these emotions and use these positions without ever using your arms at all, without ever using your shoulders. By being completely stationary, we'll share with you 5 ways in which you can convey all of these 5 positions anyway. So we go into a lot more depth there, but this was just a taster to get you started. Try these out, play with them, and I think you'll have a great time with it. All right, I think that wraps it up. If you've liked this information and you'd like to get some more information, I have an ebook that I'd like to share with you called The Professional Speaking Secrets of Topher Morrison. How to get more cash and more cred in the biz. And here's the best part of all. Are you ready? It's free. Just go to the website you see on the screen right now. You can sign up for it. It's a living ebook. Now what this means is you get 1 chapter a week. So it's easy to read. It only takes between 5 to 10 minutes. Why? Because I know that speakers are busy people. So I've designed the book for the busy lifestyle of mine. So all you have to do is about spend 5 to 10 minutes a week reading some quick tips, and it'll help you out, and the book will grow. It's interactive as well. There's those places for you to fill out surveys. There's things that you can download, additional tools as well. And in fact, there's places where you can give us feedback as to what you want in future chapters, so the book literally grows with you. And it's absolutely free. It's my way of saying thank you for being my customer, and I hope to see you at one of my events in the future. Until then, take care, dare to dream, make each day an epic adventure. Bye for now.